Well. How are you? Me? I'm feeling wonderful, delicious, outrageous and contagious, a little hotter than hell. We had the AC looked at, the guy to come in and do a service call on the house. Took a while. It's not got all the kind of ACs. It was built in the 70s, but the house finally cooled down. So it was a little hot yesterday, but it is what it is. Better than having no AC at all, living in Texas or Louisiana or Mississippi. Coming to you live in the great state of Minnesota on your favorite audio addiction, your favorite podcast, Fear Mongering Radio, 7th month, Christmas 25th of the 25 year. We'll come out tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Saturday. Will be for your consumption. There's no memberships here. You come listen to my behavior whenever you damn well please. Whenever you come to this, I hope this finds you healthy and it finds you wealthy. We emanate from Spreaker, Sprocker. Call podcasting off the hook. There's no editing anything. I don't waste my time editing. I barely have enough time to put stuff up over there on the other one I've been doing. It was late. I didn't realize I had something until I got an email from them. From, what the hell is that place called over there? But I'm putting something up there for fun. But anyways, have the time of my life. Appreciate people. Whatever you do, wherever you come from, we appreciate all the IPs that roll into the show and save trolls. Rumble, it's called. I put a few up there, here and there, the videos. I don't know. We have like 6 followers. Get to 100, they'll be able to monetize me, I guess. Put a couple gangsters up there out and under us. So put these audios up over there. Share the show. I always say, any creator on the video platform, wherever you're at, I always make sure you share it for him, he or she, or whoever it. On Twitter, Twatter. Always slap a like on the creator or a dislike. No, Carl was going through all that behavior. Waste of good suffering. There's always suffering going on. We still like to dedicate this audio to Hulk Hogan, who stopped breathing down there in Clearwater, Florida. I was going to say Clearwater, Minnesota. There's a Clearwater, Minnesota. I think he was 71 years old. No Deadpool hit like Ozzy Osbourne. He lived in Minnesota for a while, in Bloomington. What was that one guy's name? The announcer. He would go up. He was pretty fun. Mean Gene. I mean, he reminded me a lot of Senior in NASCAR. He was the face of wrestling. We all know the outcome's fake, but we all know the up and down and throwing people around is real. But bad enough the National Fix League, the Felon League, the way they act and their behaviors and the betting going on. The fix gets in the National Fix It, a.k.a. Felon League. But the Malkin guy went down. The temperature went out. Obituaries of both were epic. He had a heart attack. What happened when you're doing steroids, that kind of behavior? But he went down the road. I saw Jenny Penny was the one that was out, and I didn't see it, but she was at Pigeon Forge, and I listened to the Woo. He was at the store, was all bummed out, it was closed. It's not about you. So he was all bummed out. Well, I'm not surprised. So there's a store in Clearwater Beach, and he has one, I think, in wherever he was at. Some out there in Florida too as well. But God rest your soul, Godspeed, young man. That's saw a lot of tributes from people. I guess he was going to get in on Hooters, I guess. But now that's yesterday's news. But this one's for you, young man. We had, like I said, Ozzy, Deadpool hit. It is what it is. You get older, and my age, people, someday Paul Stanley, unless I be in the grave. Gene Simmons, George Thorogood. His wife passed away 4 years ago. Eddie Van Halen was a Deadpool hit for me. I mean, I miss Paul Newman every day, a lot older, but he passed away. I was like, some people get more overly emotional with these celebrities. He's not a hero. He's an iconic figure, so don't call him your hero. Heroes are very simple. They are the men and women in the armed forces. They are the men and women in blue who run to fires and problems. Don't, like a cop, call a crackhead. They don't pull you over to get laid. I mean, some have. They pull you over because there's something wrong. They show you your license to be done with it. We've talked about the brown shirts. BlindViews. We'll talk about Melted Down, Raged on Sarasota. Tim, listen to part of that live stream today. I got to it. Raged. Someone sent me an email. You got to go to a certain point. So I got to it. He raged, and I personally listened to it for a good 20 minutes. It's pretty funny for a man who doesn't listen to somebody, right? Bitch, please. Bitch, please. We all know they weren't supposed to rearm after World War I. Was supposed to end all wars, but when Hitler took over, he quietly armed and got ready for certain things. The brown shirts became SS. And they decided to invade Poland. What do you guys remember? September what? 1st, 1939. With Russia. And Japan had to come over to Pearl Harbor, bomb us, and then we had to get involved, and we stormed those beaches. The men and women snapped the necks of the crowds, and they freed the Jews. And then Japan capitulated September 2nd, 1945. Bearing exposure, have you capitulated to your wife for being a closet gay man? We had forgotten war. Vietnam. Afghanistan. Many wars. And who are these brave men and women in the armed forces? Who are they? Do have balls the size of ovaries? Have ovaries? Up in the sky, out at sea in the jungles, regardless if you're cooking, you're shooting, loading the guns, whatever you're doing, you're typewriting. It's the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchant, and NASCAR, Coast Guard. They're not here. Thank you so much for the service of this fine, fine country. All you do, thank you so much. Domestic and abroad, wherever this goes to in your country, people that obey themselves, and God bless the working class. Work hard every day and work for a living. Other people live off the government. Refuse to work for a living. That kind of behavior. Truck drivers, warehousemen, cooks, busboys, dishwashers, waitresses, warehousemen. Many, many more taxi drivers. As we listen to an article in Las Vegas, a video. They're overcharging at runs because they're going downhill because of the hunch in his behavior, but the economy, people aren't going to spend money, especially Vegas. We always talk about. My dad always told me, you are who you run with in life. People like the hunch, the adjudicated rapist, the convicted felon, going to Scotland to do whatever, play golf. I'll give him credit. He's enriching himself in the open. Now, I might want to pardon Maxwell. Because remember, it's a hoax. Because the hunch says so. Right? Bitch, please. I don't run with poor people. No, I have never run with poor people, because then you're poor or felons, people who hurt children, don't do it, or cheating their spouses. P stood for Penn State. On this podcast, it's Petophilia University, till they're all strung to the streets, gallows. You don't slam a locker and tell two people and run off, get ready for a game in the Big Ten. Joe Pa got away with it. They do with the Boy Scouts, and God forbid the Girl Scouts, schools, whatever. You see something, you say something. Would you shower in the shower of Penn State? Sven Johnson shall not be named. My biggest hate listener watcher. He passed away down there in Clearwater, Florida. Said he would shower in the shower at Penn State. If you don't like two men having sex and want to straple some guy to a fence in Wyoming, you can't watch two women have sex. It's a poor choice, and it's not a very Christian thing to be doing. If you don't like, it's your choice, I guess. If you piss them off about two men going at it and getting airtight, men have just two holes, threesome it. You want to watch, I guess, three men want to get airtight, that's up to them, as long as it's consensual. I could have a Jeffrey Epstein Island, but guess what? 21 or older. There's no alcohol, good time, have bands, but has the time of their life. The hunch is melting down before your very eyes. Adjudicated rapist, convicted felon, 45th and 47th, selected and installed. But it's not a very Christian thing to be doing. Put a condom on, birth control pills, keep the kids all out of it. Remember, whores in the back seat of the car. Sluts are selective. You do that on the couch, you make love in the bed, you put a condom on, birth control pills, all that behavior. Prevent AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea in the penis, ouch. All that stuff. So we're saying, put one on. Be the father of the child, because when you do carry the groceries, you do carry the groceries. Yeah. Listen to a little podcast. Chick was talking about birth control pills with this guy. I really don't ask him about birth control. He said, "You can care. Adoption is the option. Don't use that for birth control. Abortion." Classic man. Well, I pumped you full. You're a woman. You better have a condom or birth control pills. Prevent some idiot like that knocking you like a cheerleader. And he runs off. There's no father there. A lot of Christmas babies will be born from spring break 2025 that will need a family. A lot of single mothers will be screaming in December, pumping out that baby from spring break, or maybe 2026. And how late they had the sex, unprotected. So it's late April, well, then it'll be out 2026. There'll be a lot of 2026 babies being born. Right now they're showing they're in college. They don't know who the father of the child is, trying to hide it. The summer of 2025, look down at the belly and go, oh my God, got gang banged by many men. Now you're pregnant. Now what? It's all fun until you get pregnant and carry the groceries, like I say. And also, when you're party this weekend, wherever it may be, Christmas holiday is close at hand. One more week left and 3 months before Christmas. People are always talking about Halloween already on this video platform. You're gonna drink, fine, don't drive. Call someone you're gonna murder or something. Call BlindViews. That's the way he hears it, right? Fake blind guy. Unhappy man that he is, white boy. Call Jamie C, Zane B. Call Carl, Crash. Call Mark, I don't know. Call Dave 25. Just call someone who murder someone. Pick up the phone. Call me, I guess. I'll come get you. I'll send somebody to get you and get you home safely without murdering somebody. Then you're a convicted felon in old Canada, and you can't go see, what's his name again? Blind Screw One, who's stalking Carolyn RVs in the outskirts of Canada. He's obsessed with Carolyn RV. Shout out to Wandering Gypsy. She's heading out of college. She's heading out of Oregon. Got fire stuff going on. Good for her. Again, let's see. She's in her school hanging out. Good for her to dog. She's heading away from the fires. I was going to type in there and keep that smoke over there because we're getting smoke here in Minnesota. Good for her out hanging out in her schoolie. Wandering Gypsy. Her girlfriend, the Huss, doing filler videos because she's stuck. The thing she's got to do, it's like, well, it's the way she goes. I listened to one today a little bit. I've seen a video on the shopping cart, and she went to, when she moved to, she got bad advice, she said, she moved to California, which, why would you do that? From Nevada to California in Death Valley. I'd move, if I was going to move somewhere out of Vegas, I'd move to Reno. In that area, it's nicer. She's big. I listened to part of that. Just the voice drove me insane. I just sitting there at Burger King, I watched it. She was I've seen somebody else do a video on the guy made a shopping cart out of a Suburban up and down the strip, so she rode on it. Filler videos. I told Carl, who's on Route 26, I know next year her and some other guy are going to do a 2-month down the mother highway, I guess. They're going to go down. Next year you'll see a lot of people doing the 100th anniversary of Route 66. Route 66. So you see a lot of that behavior going on. I was telling you, it's mainly more south when you get down to Oklahoma, where it's more open. When you get from Chicago on down, it kind of zigzags around. All the fun stuff is New Mexico. So you'll see a lot of that stuff coming up, the 100th anniversary. I know the carpetbagger says he's going to do the same as well. But anyways, Ozzy, Malcolm, the trumpet guy, in the Hulkster, and somebody else went down the road too. I can't remember a while ago, but yeah, it's Hulk Hogan. He got caught, used the double G hard R, which, you know, then he had that one video with the Love Spun where taping him banging someone's wife, which is weird. Then you put a camera in your room, that kind of behavior. He was in Minnesota. He lived in Bloomington, Minnesota for a while, but I know he played the villain and at the time of his life, and he was on 93X last year. Came in the morning, thought he was doing some beer. Always say brother, but he was a legendary figure, man, in the wrestling business, man. That's what he is. You know, people are saying hero. It's not a hero, for Christ's sake. It's not a hero. God. Let me see here now. Sources that come in. Spotify, like I said, they pay me 17 times. Apple Podcasts, iHeart, iVox, Deezer, Spreaker, Sprocker, Chrome, and Podbean. Geolocations. United States, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, Switzerland, France, Chile, Malaysia. Where in the hell is that place? And let my people go. Israel, United Immigrants, Czech, Ecuador, Estonia, Spain, Hungary, Japan, Russia. This is other. Who knows? Could be the Kremlin. Call the show, Kremlin. Call the show. Oh, Canada. Looks like Ontario, Toronto, and MISSIMAGA. I did say Japan capitulated. Yes, I did on the Mighty Mighty Mo. I forgot about make sure you said that. I don't know what the Mighty Mighty Mo was. So we have Texas, Florida, New York, Massachusetts, Illinois, California, Pennsylvania, Minnesota, Sarasota once, Jacksonville 3 times, home of Dingling, Minneapolis once, but New York, Rochester once, Totality, I can't probably New York once, Pennsylvania, Altoona, Minnesota, Minneapolis once, California, Los Angeles, San Diego, City of Organized Crime, MOKNEA in Chicago, Texas, 2 Porta, either Devil, Cedar Park, Houston, League City, and Swannian. Massachusetts, Colorado, and Springfield. Thank you so much for all you guys do that roll in. I appreciate it. Without you, we don't have much. Appreciate you guys. Yes. It is what it is. Oh, my word. But anyways, yeah, it is what it is. Hulk Hogan, down the road he goes at 71 years old. You know, a lot of the people, and Ozzy and Theodore and other people passed on to something more substantial. People were using the hero word. I'm like, no, he's not a hero. It's like Ozzy. Ozzy was a legendary figure, an iconic heavy metal. I used to be a guy over on Blog Talk, Heavy Metal Mayhem. He was really good. I think he's on Spreaker, maybe not anymore, but he was really good. Speaking of Ozzy, I'll never forget, it was an interviewer who was interviewing, I think I told you, Ron Halford. Maybe I did. And he asked at the end what he hates worse, working with Sharon or people downloading his music. You could tell he's pissed. But again, if I was interviewing George Thorogood at the end, I'd say I would not ask him about the saxophone player. They didn't get along. He ended up dying anyways. But I would ask him, "What's your favorite thing about touring? What's your least favorite thing?" I wouldn't ask him something about a former band member. That's not right. That's not a way to put George in that position. But you idiot, you have a guy come on your podcast, Halford of all people, who is a great singer and is a gay man. Who cares? And asking that question. Obviously the music thing, but don't ask about Sharon. That biatch. But yeah, it's one of those wing things. Down the road, brother. Hulkamania. Because he's like Jesse Ventura. I was a Navy SEAL. Jesse Ventura. I don't have time to bleed. Good old Jesse Ventura. He's in Mexico, I think. I think he's in Mexico. When I got my picture with the guy, it was classic. Classic behaviors. But yeah, people die. People want something more substantial. That's the way it goes. The way it goes, man. People pass on. It sucks, but as you get older, celebrities, people that you love dearly, sports figures, family members. I mean, first met her, my nieces and nephews were 10 or 13. Now, the second oldest now, his daughter just turned 13. I saw that on Facebook. I'm like, really? She's 13 already? I'm like, goodness. My next neighbor first moved in. She was like 14, and now I think she's 26. And she's now in Arizona. And they had another little girl. When they moved, she was like 12 or 13. So I remember when her birthday party, her first birthday party a long time ago, when my brother was alive, I got in an argument with his wife in the house, right? And my wife was mortified because she said something to me, and I questioned her on it. Just like the hunch got called out about the overruns on the job, and the building was built 5 years ago. That was epic. Same kind of behavior. I called her out, and I got a pissy match with her, and I had a birthday party of a 1-year-old child. My wife was just mortified. I don't care. I'm not going to let the biatch say something to me that's wrong. I don't care where we're at. I don't care if we're at a funeral. It took her about 6 months to get over that. My brother's wife, I called her right out by eating cake. I said, you're wrong. Called her out. She wasn't very happy, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just do what you gotta do, and you die on your feet. You can't always live on your knees. That's wrong, people. Too afraid to speak up and speak out. They live on their knees instead of dying on their feet. Called spooked. Yeah, the sex scandal was epic, where someone that Bubba Love Sponge, whoever, was taping somebody bang his wife or something. Like, that was just strange. Some weird radio guy. It's like, I don't know, just weird. But I saw some tributes to him on YouTube, NoTube. So it was interesting to say the least. Goes. So, BlindViews, he's cleaned himself up. He looks like Robert Plant. Now that he's cleaned himself up, he looks just like Robert Plant. You could do side to side pictures, those two now, because I first saw the guy, he looked like Ace Frehley because he was really rode hard by wet. Now, with the glasses on, he looks just like Robert Plant, just like him. He's still this rode hard, pretty wet, wannabe biker, RVer, living off the government, asking for money, e-beggar. So someone sent me an email, and they said, "Hey, cowboy, you got to go to." I talked to Carl today. You got to go to this certain area where he starts raging. Two different. Well, he talked about call the show. And then he goes, you got to go to another one. So I go, okay. So I got that call the show. Then he was mad at somebody was doing something in the room. And he was mad, but if it continues on, it's blocked. Someone's been saying something in the room or something. He's getting all mad at people. When I do my live streams, very far in between. I do my own effing. Okay, and again, the whole live stream that he does is not, I'm off the top of my head, unless I call somebody, I'm telling you what I think. His whole live stream is about what is said in the chat room. So he gets to the middle, I get to that point where he's talking about Sarasota Tim. And he starts raging, okay? I call it raging, because he just starts, the heads go back and forth, and he's pissing and moaning about, well, first it was Tater, and then it was Sarasota Tim, and then later, and then another time you heard him saying bitching about the Mikey guy, who he would give money to. I wouldn't give any of these idiots. But I think that went into the rage on Sarasota Tim. And like I was talking to Carl, the reason people give money to Carpetbagger and they give it to this Mike guy because they all shucks. They feel sorry for a Carpetbagger in the car accident, and I remember I saw a video on Carpetbagger 7 years ago. It's like the future of the channel. He got harassed at work, and like I told Carl on the phone, the problem is he was too out front who he was and where he worked, and people were harassing him at his job, so he had to quit the job. I saw that video. I think I saw it a long time ago. I listened to it again because he made a poor choice of being this is where I work, and that's the problem. But he raged on about Sarasota Tim, a man that he doesn't care about, right? Again, I'll support the Huss. I'll support Wandering Gypsy. I want to see him be successful. But it'd be like me saying I don't like the Huss, which she's a very tough woman to listen to because that high-pitched voice when she screams. But I will support her, and I'll tell you about it. Continue to go listen to her. Depending on what she's doing, I might go listen to her. And be like me, I don't like her, right? And I can't stand Wonder Hussy. But all I do is bitch about her. So I do like a podcast the first 20 minutes. I bitch about Wonder Hussy. Or I bitch about Carolyn RB, right? I'll support her too. I don't watch her, but good for her. Go out, make money, travel around, make people happy. I'm happy for you, girl. Just leave politics out of it and have a good time. Keep them to 15 minutes and you'll do just fine. It's an audio podcast. You can listen to these in the background. However far you want to get, right? So I rage. It's again, I don't mind Korean food. It tastes good. It's just too hot for me. Like me eating that and bitching, right? Piss and moan. So I rage about Sarasota. I rage about Wandering Gypsy. I rage about a kid behind the camera who's all fake. So again, I do these videos on her. Oh, goddamn pickle boy, that little son of a bitch. Or Boogie 298. Or Mighty Python does 3.5 hour shows on Foodie Booty, right? Foodie Booty. It's like people bitch about her all the time, which is a waste of good suffering. Okay, and I piss and moan about her, and I piss and moan about her, and but he's raging and pissing and moaning, literally just going nuts about that stupid little giggle about Sarasota Tim. A man he doesn't care about anymore and doesn't watch. And then he haul pass off morning about some video she did, went and watched. That's a load of crap. Line in or line now. Okay? It makes you cry, then it makes you laugh, then it makes you scream. Okay? Line then or line now. Just like Pete Rose. You did or you didn't, right? Magic Johnson. Line then or line now. Do you have AIDS or not have AIDS? Okay? But it's just funny to watch him rage. To piss and moan about a man. It was entertaining because it was a good 20 minutes. I had to stop and go back from Wisconsin. I had to pick a pallet up at a job site and bring it back. And I'm like, you don't like the guy, but you rage about the man. That makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. If you don't like him, why are you raged? I've seen 5 videos maybe of that, of Pickle Boy a long time ago, and Boogie maybe 1 or 2, but I'm not much. It is because it's all fake. I'm not going to waste my time. It's like I've never been a wrestling guy. I get all the throwing around, the characters, the Hulk Hogan, but I'm not going to watch wrestling because the ending is already predetermined. NFL's National Fix League. I like to be able to pick the games. I'll go the over-under. I'll say I'll take that for fun on the podcast. Give me the cover, whatever else. I'll do parlay cards occasionally. I'll go to Iowa. But I hope there's no fixing involved, and you want the outcome to hopefully be spontaneous instead of this, being rigged and all this stuff behavior. But if he's going to sit here and piss and moan about a guy we don't watch, then Tater, obsessed with him. We all know the busted on the road. Tater's just that where he goes, that's how he spends his money. Quit spending his money. Whatever Tater wants to do with his money, that's his business. The bust debacle was, he'll just sell that down the road. I get it. It's like he's jealous of some of these people that Tater can run around and at the expense of YouTube, people can give him money, just like that Mike guy. You do the same thing. You ask for money. People give you money doing your live stream. No one gives me squat. He did these 2 car videos he did doing something with the cars or something, the windshield, some of this kind. So what? No one cares. You're the last person. You don't even drive the damn thing. You got this baby little truck, okay? Who cares about whatever the hell you're doing with your windshield and some of the bumper? No one cares. Okay, no one cares. They come for you to hate on Tater, piss and moan about Sarasota Tim. Okay, so don't tell us, I don't listen to him. Well, because Eileen did something, then you go listen to her, liar. It's just if you're gonna you can't be like the Daily Woo and say you're gonna do something and never do it, right? It's the same thing. The raging was absolutely epic. Just pissing and moaning and whining. So I listened about today, and I had to go in a gas station and go to the bathroom. I clicked it off because it's just raging about Sarasota Tim, who he doesn't listen to. I have not heard from what's his name, Casey Grits. Maybe he ran away from home on vacation. Who knows? Probably on vacation or something. But the hunch, Donald J, right? He said he can pardon Maxwell, because I heard her lawyer this morning. Oh, she's treated like crap. Well, prisons are not supposed to be a fun little place. I wouldn't be surprised. It's fake news, right? It's just a hoax, right? It's all a hoax. That Bill Clinton was on the island, man, about 10 times. Yahoo! So you've read all the stuff, huh? He can't let it go. So he was on that. He had a press conference sitting on the lawn talking about this and just likes a weak dollar and this or that. And then my favorite was when he was with the guy and he pulls a piece of paper out of his jacket and hands it to him. The guy puts his cheaters on and goes, "No, that bill was already built already," and hands it back to him. I love the dick slapped him right there. This came out today. Hands it to the other guy next to him. See, here's the problem with people that advise him. If you ever watched the movie Ron Burgundy, where they put it on the thing and he reads it, that's what he does. So whatever people put in front of him, he reads it. He doesn't research a damn thing. So whoever gave him that piece of paper, whoever did that, oops, I don't want that one. Should be fired because they gave him wrong information. But I love how that one guy goes, no. Because he's trying to find a way, excuses to fire this guy for just cause. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to make an excuse that he's over budget on this job. A man who doesn't pay his bills when it came to construction. Didn't pay people for what they did. But people like BlindViews and people like Barron Exposure think this guy is the greatest thing in the world because they've never done construction. They've never done anything where they get paid except a paycheck. They've never done any manual labor. Plain and simple. That's all there is to it. But it's just epic. He's just shaking his head at him. No, just came out today. It's like, wrong, man. But the other building's been gone, but been fixed a long time ago. Do you have any more overages? It's like, well, it's going to happen. Overruns are going to happen on jobs. It happens all the time. Sometimes you go under. It's just the way it works. I remember when Jerry Jones was building. He was building his, and they asked me. He said, "I'll take care. There'll be no cutting back. I'll take care of all the overages." Because when Jerry built his facility, Dallas came with the state came with money, and he goes, "I'll take care of the rest and all overruns." Anything else? It's like I'm going to build a restaurant with Carl, right? And it's a $500,000 thing. He gives me $200,000. I do the rest. Whatever else we need, I pick it up. He gives me $200,000, and I take care of the rest. That's what Jerry did. But it was just fun. He's trying to find just cause excuse to fire this guy because he won't lower the interest rates. So how great the economy is, and he's stamped out inflation and everything else. It's just like the hunch continues to just bold-faced lie, and the Jeffrey Epstein will not go away. And all the far righties are still pissing and moaning about it because they want their steak dinner, man. They don't want to eat their hot dogs and beans and water. They don't want it. It's hilarious. And the hunch just continues to talk about it. Won't go away. I should call. See if Carl's in the building. Carl? Are you in the building? Carl?
Hello.
Thanks for calling the show.
Hello.
Thanks for calling the show.
What's up?
What's going on?
Not much. I watched that thing with the Federal Reserve
Did you? What'd you think?
where he pulled out the piece of paper. Why does it cost $30 billion? And the guy's like, I think you're reading it upside down.
Yeah. No, he had
Trump took off his hard hat like he was going to beat him with it.
Yeah, well, it was all it was the fifth building. It was a building that they put into the whole thing that was like 5 years ago. So they were trying to put the building from 5 years ago in the overruns. That's what they were trying to do. And the guy shook his head. I love how he shook his head. That was epic. It was just how he handed it to him. That was the best because the hunch is trying, like I just told before you came on, he's trying to fire him for just cause. He's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's trying to find out. But the guy just shook his head and died on his feet. No, you're wrong. That was epic. Like I said, yep. Ron Burgundy, the movie Ron Burgundy. Whatever they put in the teleprompter, what did he do? Ron did it. He repeated it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he did. So I thought it was epic as hell. But,
well, he's Federal Reserve. He's supposed to be independent.
Correct, but the hunch wants him to do. The hunch hired him anyway, so the hunch is trying to fire his ass because he wants him to do what he wants. He's trying to tell him what the hell to do. So, I thought it was kind of it was great.
The reason we have a Federal Reserve, so he can.
Yeah, I know but that was epic. He hands a piece of paper back to the other guy after he hands it back to him and says, "No, you're wrong." That was so good, right there live, and the hunch acts like an idiot. And someone asked him in the meeting when they got back to the White House who gave him the information, because someone gave him the false information. They didn't, You don't put a building into the been 5 years ago. You don't do that. And there's going to be overruns. That's what happens on that. When you go in, you got to remodel something. Things aren't. I mean, look what Tater with his stupid bus. He didn't plan it. Look what happens. You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
Well, and it's the federal government, and it's not an ordinary building.
Correct.
It's got to have super security.
Correct. I just don't. The guy it made me laugh just to see that whole thing. Walking around with a hard hat on. Okay, they have both hard hats on. The guy with him doesn't have one. The black guy. It's like, really?
That's because they don't need one.
I thought that was the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It was so funny. It was hilarious. So I got an email from somebody. I don't know who it was. They sent me an email and they said, go listen to him rage on Sarasota Tim. So I started beginning kind of the middle where he said, call the show, right? And he's kind of, okay. So I went forward before I left the gas station, and he's raging on Sarasota Tim about whatever he's with this eating thing, you know what I'm saying? And then
so whatever he's upset about us, he's taking it out on Sarasota Tim.
Yeah, so he's raging on a man. Remember, he doesn't listen. He doesn't listen to him. But he hall passed it off on morning,
Yeah, and he's not interested. He doesn't do anything exciting. Why talk about it?
Right, but it's just, and then the Mikey thing about him begging, asking for money, and like I told you on the phone, you come up as a nice man. That's why people give him to him, because Mike's it just comes off as a Gomer Pyle. You know what I'm saying? Shucks.
Did you hear where he said if he was going to give anybody money,
yes,
Mikey money?
Yeah, you give Mikey money. He's just jealous that Mike gets it. Like I told you, you come off as a nice man. You could do the old Field Star for me. Carpetbagger comes off as a nice man, but he's a jerk. But he comes off as a woe is me, Field Star for me, send me money at the end of the video. Keep the boat in the water, the car on the street, train the tracks. You know what I'm saying?
And his whole reasoning was so condescending.
Yeah, I know. He's just jealous that Mikey gets it about shipping something to him or something. It's just like he's so jealous of these people getting money, getting free stuff. That's what he's just jealous. I mean, it's just like, but like I said, the live stream is all about who said what in the live stream, and people giving him money, during the live stream,
Yeah.
But it was funny to hear him rage. It was just hilarious. I thought it was funny as hell. So, what's going on with the golf clubs now? You told him the phone or something? Is he going to send them back or not? What's the deal?
I don't think he is. I don't even think he's going to admit to it. It's a bummer. Because, that just really shows his character.
Right.
And it's not like he's even golfing with them. Like, that would make it any better, but he's not even using it. And if he's going to complain about the shipping costs, I'm just saying, hey, dude, I'll pay it. All you got to do is ship them. I'll pay it.
It'd be like about $120, give or take, to ship that from Florida to Vegas.
Yeah, someone was showing me where I could probably get it done for $79. And I'm like, it's not about saving money.
It's about getting it there.
Yeah. Whatever it costs, it costs.
Right. No, it's I can't remember. I was listening to what the hell was it? It was a biography on some guy, Morgan, whatever his name was, and he goes, "If you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it." One of my favorite phrases. That's what he said. He coined that phrase.
Yeah.
If you have to ask how much it costs, you can't afford it. My dad would say it all the time, and it's so true. If you have to,
I have a rough idea what it's going to cost before I volunteered that I do it.
Right.
But, yeah, like if somebody says, "Hey, it was $500 to ship them," I'm like, "You're full of shit."
Right. Absolutely. It's like if I wanted to start a restaurant tomorrow and I had the money, I'd say, "Carl, let's, just like when I got my shirts a long time ago, the ladies passed on, and I said, I want this. She goes, it costs a bundle. I said, I didn't ask how much it cost. This is what I want. She goes, okay. I said, I don't, my hats. I said, I don't care.
Yep.
This is what I want. I want that version of this shirt. And I said, it's a pretty penny. And I said, I didn't care. I said, that's what I want. She goes, okay, that's fine.
Did you ever hear of Zig Ziglar?
Who?
Zig Ziglar?
Zig. Yeah, I've heard. Isn't he? I had a guy I know who liked him. Is he dead?
I think so. He's a motivational salesman.
Yeah, he was a motivation. They used to come to Minnesota at Target Center about, maybe 20 years ago. They would come together, a whole bunch. And my buddy went to that. It was free to go. He went strictly just to listen to him, and he'd leave. So he would go. He would go listen to Zig Ziglar.
Yeah, I like his stuff. I listen to him. But one of the things he said along that line is, once he made a good amount of money, he grew up poor, and he always wanted a leather sofa. Yep. All leather. And he went to some salesman. Some salesman got him a deal. He thought it was a great deal. And then he's like, well, how'd you get me such a great deal? And he goes, well, everything that touches your body is leather, but the back of it and stuff is not leather. And he was all upset. He's like, no, I want completely 100% leather everywhere. Right.
That's what we want. Well, just...
and the guy thought he was doing him a favor by getting him priced. And he's like, no, this is what I want.
Exactly. I'm the same way when I go shopping for something. When I go looking for a store, I'm the ideal person. I want this, and I want it now. That's what I want. It's the way I've always been. Just like, what's his name? He always wanted to buy his mother a mink coat. When he got Liberace, right? He always wanted to buy his mom a mink coat. So he bought her a mink coat, and she wore it to church on a hot day because he always wanted to wear one to church. And he went and bought her one, and she wore it to church on a hot day. It's just like if you want to buy a Lamborghini and you have the money, you walk in, go, I'll take that one. How much is it? I'll pay it right now. Yeah, Zig Ziglar. I've listened to a few of his things. He's a pretty. My buddy loved him. He loved listening to him. He would go there. They'd come every 2 years, and he would go. He'd listen to Color, but that was his favorite person to listen to. Was that motivational person? Was Zig Ziglar.
Well, that's good. He's a good talker.
Yep.
That was a good story.
Well, just like Timmy, he's a very good storyteller. If you didn't know who he was, if you came across him, he's a very good bullshitter. You know what I'm saying?
You and I would know he's a bullshitter.
Oh, I know, but he'd be a great to do like corporate speaking because he's very good the way he carries himself. He's a very good bullshitter. No, I know better than you, but he's that kind of guy. He'll lie to your face. He's a perfect person to stand up and tell a bold-faced lie to somebody. You know what I'm saying?
You and I would start talking to him and then be wondering what's he going to ask for.
Correct. Right. I mean, I like the bold-faced lie, but he just, that's what he is. He likes to, he's a bold-faced little liar, and he's so good at that. You know, it's just telling lies. That's just, some people are, it's called brainwashing, you know. Just like with Trump and the hunch, he brainwashes dumbass white folks, and now they want that steak dinner, and they're getting that beans and hot dogs from him because of the Epstein list, you know.
Yep, but he believes it.
Of course. He's right now saying
He's convinced himself that those clubs are really his.
Oh, yeah, of course. Exactly. The clubs, yeah, it's the same thing. Those are my clubs. Who was it I was listening to? Maybe it was me about Trump or somebody else. It was something where they convince yourself to be something and you'll believe it or something. It was somebody, God, it was somebody, I can't remember who it was now. It was somebody that listened to a documentary on the person, and they would convince people to believe it, you know, what he's saying. He would continue to convince you. I can't remember what his name was, but I remember that he would convince you that he was right, that he could make things happen by just continually telling you over and over again, this is the way it's going to be. You know, just kind of like with Sarasota Tim. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He'll convince you, you know, so.
He's doing a video where he's like, yeah, I live in a trailer and I don't have any education, but I'm telling you that the whole medical establishment, the pharmaceutical, and is all hooey, and you should do what I say.
Right.
I'm like, really, dude?
Yep, that's what he likes to do. It's not a lie, just as long as you believe it to be the truth.
At least the people he's listening to have medical degrees, and they're just shysters.
Was Sarasota Tim? Was he a car salesman?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
It's perfect for him because he's lazy. Those guys just sit around until it's time to do something.
I'll never forget, I was watching a car reality show in Las Vegas. They're open 24 hours. I saw commercials on that place when I was in Vegas, and I saw the show on TV, commercials in Vegas. So they had a reality show. So me and you were sitting outside there waiting for people to come in, like literally waiting for people to come in. So this one guy, the show's on, and he's trying to sell one more vehicle. His dad comes in to buy a Durango and tries to shove it down his dad's throat to sell the car. And his dad couldn't afford it. I don't think he sold to me, but he was going to try to sell his dad a car he couldn't afford to make the quota for the day.
Yeah.
I'm like,
we watched that show. They had a gong.
Yes.
If you bought the car, you got to ring the gong.
Yes.
That was awesome.
It was in Las Vegas. I think it was in Las Vegas. If that's the same one.
That guy had a lot of charisma, and his dad owned like a Bentley shop or something, Bentley dealer.
Yeah, but it was just sad to see a guy try to sell for real, to sell him a truck he couldn't afford to make the show. I'm like, really? Because I remember watching commercials in Las Vegas. You'd be up in the hotel watching a movie or a commercial would come on. That guy was just this kind of a big guy, and he would be doing these commercials because, you know, if you won let's say you won a big jackpot, you had all of a sudden $130,000 in cash. Hey, I'm going to go buy a car, you know. So,
yeah.
But it was funny to watch your boy rage about Sarasota Tim. You know, that man he doesn't watch.
Yeah, well, I'm watching him at like 3 times speed, so it's kind of hard to get the rage.
Well, he's just a head.
He's going so fast.
But he was just. I looked down occasionally, head going back and forth. And again, that whole live stream dictates who says what in the chat. Because I was in the gas station getting something, and someone was saying something in the chat room. So he was like, he goes, give them a timeout. They continue on, block them. So someone was saying something in the chat room which you didn't like.
Yeah, that's when I was telling you about the Gestapo.
Oh, the Gestapo? Okay.
He was sick in the Gestapo on him.
Okay, so he was
getting... lady Gestapos.
Okay, he was getting mad at somebody about something.
Yeah, that's why I guess next time I listen to him, I'm going to have to do it regular speed so I can watch the chat.
So he was mad at somebody for doing something, you know. That's the way he is, you know. Someone was in there. You know,
but he wasn't going to kick him to the cornfield right away because he doesn't want to be accused of that.
Yeah, well, that's what he does. I mean, if you say something he doesn't like, they block people all the time in that chat room. Trust me, That's what they do. They're here to, you know, he'll do it himself, but he has, you know, he probably talks on the phone. Because he was talking about Unstoppable Morgan or something for real quick. Talk about her, how he used to talk to her on the phone all the time, but that she's crazy or something. So he talked about her.
Yeah, she's nutty. She's crazy and somewhat good looking.
Yeah,
so
I think I had a video one time, a long time ago, recommended me to her or something. And she just seemed like a strange woman. So
she put a hot tub on her truck.
I'm sorry, what?
She put a hot tub on her truck.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You want me to call Mark and see if he's available?
Sure.
All right, let me see if he's available. Let's see, gentlemen. Let's see.
Old Man Nation.
Let me see. Old Man Nation. Let's see if he's available. Dun, 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 dun.
Remember, there's a what is there, a 5-second delay to the moon and back?
Here we go. Let's call his young ass.
Hey.
Welcome. Well, hang on a second. Welcome to the show. Thanks for calling in. What's going on, Mark?
Oh, I don't know. It's a Friday.
We're here with Carl. We were talking about your uncle raging over Sarasota Tim in the live stream, and I listened to that part, and he raged about a man he doesn't listen to.
Yeah. He's raging over Sarasota Tim, and he made a little comment about me. Somebody had brought up, Squirrel Baby brought up about, he says I talk too much during our live chats or something like that. And it's like, well, she's listening to me, I guess.
Oh, of course. Of course.
And then
of course. He can't handle it. But I listened to the raging about Sarasota Tim from man he doesn't listen to.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to it. Yeah, and it's I thought it was pretty, I don't know, I thought it's kind of lame. Here he goes, and he asked for $1.99 for a membership, and then he goes and he puts one out. It's one out for members only, how to make a burger, a carnivore burger, and then the next day he puts it on the just the regular channel.
Right.
And it's like, he does that a lot.
Yeah, so you get first dibs. I know that what's his name do that, but they put out a week later. Passive New Productions will put something out for members only, and then release it about 2 weeks later. So I get that behavior. Same stuff. But yeah. Carl said he wants to ship back the golf clubs, don't you, Carl?
I thought I'd pay the shipping if he sends them back.
You know, I was trying to go back in time to go look for a Sarasota thing, because he made a video on that where he gave him those golf clubs, and he right there, and it's not up there anymore. I can't find it, and it's almost next to impossible. But I put it in the search engine even. But I always thought that Johnny Vegas gave those golf clubs to him, but no, I don't know for sure.
Well, the only thing I know is Life Abide said she talked to him on the phone. He told her he clearly didn't give them to Tim. And then I know the video you're talking about.
Right.
The ladies have it, like Life Abide, and that they show that, and I don't think he uses the word gay, but he uses a different word, which means he's a total con artist.
Gifted.
Because the word he uses can be misinterpreted.
Gifted.
Right.
Yeah, gifted.
Oh yeah.
Is that what he used? Gifted.
I don't recall.
That's you.
Even if it was, yeah.
He used the term, and the term can go either way. It's not,
Right.
I don't think it was gifted though. Not loaned.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if it's that, he's not going to admit to it anyway. You give him something, it's like the hunch, you give him something, and, but I guess here or there, but something good to talk about.
Right. I haven't seen your uncle barium exposure. I haven't seen barium exposure in a while. I don't know what's going on with his young ass.
Oh, well, I got a few ideas. I just have to do it myself, but I haven't heard from him personally at all, but I think he might be, let's just say, allegedly, he might be in the psych ward. Okay, I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't want the president of France coming after me because of his wife or anything like that. You know what I'm talking about, Cowboy, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, going after Candace Owen. Yeah. I can't believe she put that kind of crap out. She had a whole series on it. She's making all this money just talking that way, and now he's suing her.
Yeah, it's.
Trump sues you.
Yeah. Did you see that South Park? The South Park episode?
Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
I saw that this morning. That was epic as hell. That was walking through the desert. That was absolutely hilarious.
But he has the one clip is where he's in his Oval Office there, and they said, hey, press secretary comes in and says, hey, the Prime Minister of Canada here, and he's talking to him and everything, blah, 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 and he says, Trump's walking down the hall, ignores him and everything, and he goes up to the guy who's painting his portrait and all, and he says, oh, I got a little, he says, what are you doing there? Fire him, I'm going to sue you, because it's a picture of him naked with his little pee-pee,
Yep.
So, and then they show him in bed with the devil. So,
yep, that's epic. I know that's hilarious. Yeah,
he should have just let that go and didn't even comment.
He can't. Well, he can't help himself. Did you see the video, Carl, when he was with the Fed guy, walked to the building, and he said it was over. They had overs on the. He was trying to call the Fed guy. They were at the building where they're doing the construction at, and he pulls a piece of paper out and says they're over, and he says no. That building was built 5 years ago. It was epic that he called out the hunch, because he handed him the piece of paper and he looks at it and goes, no, you're wrong. That was the most epic video this morning.
So, I got one thing, Carl, and it's been on my mind quite a while, that you said that you didn't think Kohlberger could have killed all those people in 9 minutes. I believe he could. I think that if you got into the mind of him, the guy he had a grudge. He's in a different thought of mind, and he's got all this rage, he's got all this energy pumping through him, and of course he's stabbed those girls so many times,
I can see where it's possible, because he's catching them by surprise. And
they were passed out.
He was probably coming out of the room from killing the two, and then the other chick with the boyfriend, startled him in the hallway, and then of course he gets her, and he got a lucky strike on her boyfriend because he got him across the neck. So obviously he's not gonna be able to fight. So maybe you could, but then there's supposedly there's two weapons. There's not just one weapon. There's two different knives.
Well, don't you think that if there was another accomplice, he would have gave him up?
It's possible he did it all by himself, and according to him, he says he's guilty, so he's guilty.
Well, that's just to keep him out of from going up to the firing squad, killing him.
Yeah, I just think there's more to it, but he may very well be guilty.
But it also had, I guess, there was a Uber driver or something like that was doing a delivery there, and that's what kind of put the nail in the coffin or something.
Yes, lady that's got drug convictions, and then of course she got some sweetheart deals because she was going to be this witness.
Really?
She would have gotten supposed to get a mandatory 10-year sentence, and she's on probation.
Oh, really?
Just doesn't pass the smell test. but it could all be good, and it's good boy justice in Idaho, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, Idaho's probably a beautiful state, but I don't think I would want to, live there, just like Montana. But I mean, those two places, if you could stay away from everybody and their politics over there, yeah. But I don't know. It's just that. Now the big thing is how long is he going to last in prison before he's killed in there?
Well,
like Jeffrey Dahmer, everybody wants to be the person that killed Goldberg.
What's his name? Jeffrey Dahmer wanted to be in public, in general population. He wanted someone to kill him. He did. He wanted to get out. He was in protective custody. He wanted someone to take him out. He wanted to die. So that's why he went into public, in the public. He wanted someone to take him out. Because one thing about Jeffrey Dahmer, he was he knew he was guilty.
He's going, they're only going to have 1 hour a day to give it a shot.
Correct.
That sounds just like
23. He's locked up.
Well,
that sounds just like death row,
Well, you know how much mail he's going to get from women? You know how much mail he's going to get? A bunch. He's going to get a bunch.
Well.
Yeah.
He's going to get a bunch. People are going to go, you're misunderstood, but I love you. I mean, that's what they do.
He's going to have all these professors visiting him, because they want to know.
Right. There's a couple good shows. I can't tell you. There's one on Netflix that's pretty good about the two FBI guys back in the 60s. This is the first time they go into all the stuff about these serial killers and trying to learn more about get into their head and stuff. And I wish I could remember the name of it. It came out some years back, but it's a pretty good one. They go through different ones there, but yeah, some of those I don't know. I just don't know. I guess you're smart. You think you're that smart. He might have been very intelligent, but maybe he just slipped up, or I don't know. I wish I wanted to know, is it all about jealousy and how the girls just brushed him off, or is he an incel? Or
it's going to trickle out once all these documents start getting released, and then once the judge goes back and unseals all the old stuff. But that won't happen for months.
There's YouTube people already out there. There's YouTube people already out there reading a lot of that stuff. There's transcripts and all just on YouTube now. And it's like, it sounds like a life and life.
Look at New York Dan trying to glob on to Hulk Hogan and who's the other guy that died?
Ozzy.
Ozzy. He didn't even know these people. Well, who wants a New York Dan tribute?
So what was that? I mean, he was twice. What's he trying to do? Trying to do an Ozzy thing and then he
put Sarasota Tim in the title.
He does that every time. It's not doing him any good.
I know. You say that, and I notice it, and I'm like, yeah, it's
everything he puts in Sarasota Tim, and it's like, I'll tell you, my wife thinks he's a little slow in the head because he talks like that and all that.
Well, he's so slow. He's so slow. I can't listen to him. He's so slow.
I listen to him 2 times speed, and it's like normal.
The New York idiot and the dingalinger. It's just too. Oh, there you are. The same. Oh, there you are. But
just speed it up. You don't have to listen to him.
No, I can't because he just. So if he's trying to, I mean, I talk about Hulk Hogan will be in the title, but I talked about him and then you move on. You know what I'm saying? It's like you give your 2 cents on the guy. I mean, whatever, but you can't, you can't talk about something you don't know anything about. I mean, Ozzy Osbourne, I remember his music, whatever. I'm old enough to know who the hell he is. You know what I'm saying? Where New York Dan has no idea. It's whatever New York Dan sees in his feed. You know what I'm saying? He probably has.
Right.
And if he's going to do that nonsense, why can't he just come on the show? It's not like he's doing.
No, because he would get kicked out of the nest if he came on the show. He would lose. He would not be at all in in Robert Plant. I call him Robert Plant now. He looks just like Robert Plant. If you look
I
again,
found out why he cruises by himself.
he what?
It's just,
I found out why he cruises by himself.
Who?
New York band.
Why?
Like, I want to know what the deal is with his girlfriend. Is it his sister, or is it his girlfriend, or is it just an acquaintance that he likes to take out to make sure that nobody knows he's gay, or or what it might be? I mean, I'm just saying allegedly. I don't know these things. And then
he did a heart-to-heart video where he talked about what he does for a living, and
I know that.
And so it's all about money. He doesn't really have a steady source of income. So he doesn't really have the ability to have a girlfriend because he doesn't really
I don't know. He seems to go out and spend a lot of money.
girlfriend. Well, he says when he does that, he's having dinner with somebody else, and they're splitting it. But I mean, you're still paying for your own meal, I guess.
Right.
No, I mean, hey, if I know she looks a lot younger than him, and it looks like she still lives at home, possibly. But it's just like, I mean, hey, I don't know. I guess
he's a weird. He's a weird duck. He's a weird duck.
I mean, I'd be spending every moment. If I had a girlfriend, or whatever, I'd be spending a lot more time with her than any of my male buddies. But hey, whatever. Everybody.
I mean, is it his parents' house? Is he living in the basement and he just makes a little money here and there fixing cars?
I don't know. I know he's a day trader. I know that, and that's where he does most of his income stuff and everything. So, I mean,
a day trader need to make a decent income, but you got to be tied to your computer the whole day.
I still love when
you could lose your ass.
My favorite him and Dinger at the Denny's, and then him bitching about my cigars were my favorite ones he did. The cigar one is like, what are you bitching about? What are you bitching about here? It just made me laugh. It was funny.
I was just at the cigar shop today, and I bought some Titans, and I saw these others. They were in a wood box, and it was those black, whatever they call Blackwood or whatever. And I thought, wow, and there's 5 of them in there. That's a nice case, and blah blah blah. But I get home and I open it up, and it's these little teeny itty bitty cigars, mini cigars. And I thought, man, I ripped myself off. I was disappointed.
Yep.
Yeah, big old wooden box, because I thought, how are they going to pay for all this? And I was like, jeez.
I do like the Titans. They're good cigars. I do like those cigars.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I can't smoke too many because my body can't take it.
Well, I understand. Well, it's just like when your uncle BlindViews was bitching about the beer you were drinking. It's like that was the most stupidest thing. It's like whatever. It's just that beer conversation is just dumb because everyone has their different. I was like, it's still in my mind. Who cares what beer you drink? I mean, just like wine is very subjective. Like wine, I mean, I'm like a Behringer wine. If I drink wine, very rarely. It's like champagne. I've had very expensive champagne and inexpensive champagne. The more expensive champagne is, the harder it is to drink because they get real. Just like here in town, there's breweries that are closing after 9 years because it's all people in this generation don't drink anymore. They don't drink.
Right.
They don't. These breweries.
Well, there was a time that the mini brewery was doing good. Now I just picked up something a little bit more tastier, because the Millers can be a little sometimes flat or just they're good. But so I got a 4 Peaks. It's called Bad Birdie, and I've had these before, and they're a local brewery here in Tempe. But
if you want a beer with a little bite to it.
Yeah, just a little bit of a different flavor, once in a while. Yeah,
well, it's like people's
that.
choice of sports teams too,
Right.
What do you care if someone likes a certain football team? What do you care?
Correct.
It don't matter.
Correct.
We used to drive from my house over to Tempe. It's about 70 miles. We'd drive all the way over there to go eat at the brewery. drink some beers, go walk around Tempe. Sometimes we'd stay the night over there because, and because it's college town too, you're right next to the university there. And it's a fun place to be on Mill there, They got the nightclubs, they got this and that. Mm-hmm. And, we don't do that too much anymore.
Hey, gentlemen, I must be going. We got to go out for Chinese tonight.
Well, Chinese.
What?
He's always got to go to dinner.
We got to go.
I know.
The warden comes in and lets him know he's got to go.
Yep.
It's time to go to dinner.
You're right. The warden does come in and tell me it's time to go. Yep.
Yeah.
Dang.
He's going to get hit across the head if we keep him too long.
Mm-hmm.
I know it.
That's right.
Oh, sweet.
So I appreciate you both. I appreciate you both coming on the show. I really do.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, I think Carl needs to get more into this Co-Burger thing or something when all this stuff comes out, or talk about one of these other murder mystery ones you.
Yep. Carl needs to take his law degree and do something more substantial instead of stalking Sarasota Tim and talking about likes and dislikes.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that video. That's going to be good.
Which one?
The one where you dissed me on my likes video.
Well, I was on the last audio. On the last audio I talked about my last I played it back.
Okay.
I played it back.
I'm going to have to go listen to it.
I played it back on the last one. I played it back. I dissed you, and I made fun of you. So, anyways, you guys, you two have a good weekend. I'll talk to you both later.
Yep, remember, no MSG in your food now, okay?
Exactly. You better not be on that list, all right?
Okay.
All right,
gentlemen. I'll talk to you guys later. I'll talk to you later. Okay, guys, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much. So there they go, you guys. The View is in the building. We appreciate them both coming on the show. We really do. Oh, my goodness. Super Bowl winner. What that supports this? Super Bowl winner retires age 39. Okay. Well, that's the way she goes. People retire like every Maya. Like every Maya, they retire. Oh, yeah. But remember the military and the armed forces, all the branches. The Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Marines, and the Coast Guard uniform. Appreciate you guys do out there very, very much. Don't drink and drive. Call some murder, someone safe sex finish with real pill. Not very Christian to be doing. All right? Put a condom with real pills. But you guys have a good weekend. Make good choices in your life. Don't want poor people. The list out there, Trump drama. Fear-mongering radio. Time for Chinese. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Lewinsky Yahoo. I did not do it, man. I didn't go over there, man, to hang out there, you guys. So anyways, you guys, have a good weekend. Hope you have a good Saturday when this comes out. Peace in the Middle East, and keep it real in the field. Okie dokie. I'll see y'all later. From the outskirts, Fear-mongering radio. Ladies and gentlemen, we are out.